Before you're ready. Hey everybody, it's Erin Reid. We're live at Creativation 2020 and we are right now in the 49th and Market. We're going to do a walking tour of a few booths, but we're starting in 49th and Market. And they got some cool new stuff and say your name, I'm sorry. Janine. It looks funny.
It does. It's written weird, but
all right. So we are here with Janine and she's going to give us the little booth tour about what's new and amazing.
Yes, we are excited to bring out a full range called Irrevocable Beauty. It's 8 double-sided pattern papers, obviously heavily floral inspired. The layouts that our designers have done have been from vintage to just sweet and soft type of layouts. The papers really go with anything. They're light. We have layered embellishments, which are easy to pop out, and the detail of these pieces is just my favorite.
They're so cute.
Can't get enough. It saves on the fussy cutting. But if you do like your fussy cutting, we did add in an extra sheet of fussy cutting on our collection pack, so you can cut something out if you have the inspiration to do so. We also have 2 new layered embellishment sets. These are our plastic embellishments that are just a great add-on into any project. They weren't made to go with this collection, but they really do coordinate color-wise and whatnot. The epoxy coated dots in them also have a little bit of glitter in them, so there's a nice little shine, and we have great little butterflies and typewriters and cameras, so we are excited about those.
Super cute. I love these. Now, are these available for purchase now already?
They are. After the show, when we get back,
show.
we will be shipping out to stores.
Awesome.
In addition, we are super excited to announce that Katie Pertiet is back with us. She had designed our very first paper collection, which was Vintage Artistry. It was so wildly received because it was so easy to work with. She did it now in these splash of colors. So we have a sage, a sky blue, a coral, and a natural mini collection. So it's 4 double-sided papers for the collection. They're great to mix and match, easy to work with, great backgrounds. If you purchase the collection pack, which comes with 1 of each of the pattern papers, it also comes with 2 exclusive sheets of laser cut elements that are exclusive to the collection pack. And Katie is amazing with vintage ephemera and layers, and you just want to keep stuffing things in. We have a 6x6 version of the collection, which has a fussy cut sheet on it.
Just look at that. Look at that. It's so pretty.
In addition, we came out with 3 different embellishment packs. We have the collage stacks. These are awesome, I think. It's, again, just layers of pieces. It has craft pieces of paper. It has paper, text weight paper, and thick cardstock. And basically the idea is distress the edges, layer them up, use them for photo mats, use them for little just tucks here and there. So a lot of great pieces. Instead of doing rolls of washi tape, we did strips of washi tape, which I actually borrowed too from this particular one for this layout. But the idea being that you get 7 different patterns, 2 sheets. It's just enough to make your projects work, and then we move on, and you don't have that roll of tape that's going to dry out on you, and you can never peel by the time you go to reuse it.
Or have all these rolls that you bought and spent a ton of money on, and you bought 1 pattern.
Exactly. Yeah. Or the fact that you want to go to a crop and it's just a hard thing to nail because it's bulky and whatever. This is just nice and easy. It's flat. We also have stitched frames, and these are actually sewn.
Stitched.
So we are excited about that because it gives a little bit of extra detail without you having to do the work. So that's exciting.
Very cool.
One more to show you.
All right, let's keep going. Let's go.
All right, so our albums that we came out with last year were very popular. We came out with a new structure. This is the interior pages are 6x10, so we like the size because it's a little added extra room. But we did it different. There's the closure with the spine, and then you get 5 inserted pages. And the idea being that they are not attached. So this way you can do whatever flip-floppy pocket concoction you want, and then when you're ready and it's designed, then you can adhere it into the spine.
That is cool.
So it is a really cool way to make it your own, and just showing you an example of some pages, that you can really
That's awesome.
make it happen. So we're excited about that.
That is awesome.
So we appreciate y'all taking a look.
Yes, I love it. All right, so thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Now we're gonna walk on through because we're gonna do a couple of different. And yes, you guys just asked for Tonic. Well, guess what's right here? We are doing a dual. We're gonna do Tonic, and then we're gonna hit Paper Roses. So over here we have Marie. What are you demoing over here in the Tonic
showing
Studios?
the memory book die.
Ooh.
Dies that make it super easy for you to create your own album. Cuts all the pages, the cover. You have a die that will cut the spine that you can add your pages into.
Nice.
15 minutes, you can have
A complete album.
that you can then embellish.
And there's three or four?
There are, right here on the table, we have 2 different styles. You
Okay.
have this one that has more of a scalloped kind of
Right.
edge, or you have the one that's more square. And they do have another style too that's more of a portrait type.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Very
and
cute.
with each of the sets, you get different sizes. So this is the biggest size, and it goes down from there. This set
Excuse me.
has large, medium, small.
Okay, so it's the
just
same
with-
style, just different sizes.
Yes.
Got it.
So just with a few of the die sets, you get tons of different styles,
That's cool.
sizes. Easy to build your own album. And then
Very
you can just
cool.
load it up with pattern paper.
And you're doing like a little mini one back
Yeah,
there
this is a mini one for the same die.
for the
as
same.
that one.
Very cool. Well, thank you. Sorry to butt in for you.
No,
ladies.
no, that's fine.
All right,
No
and then of
problem.
course we have all the cool things. So these are little teacup shakers. I love these. So these are little shaker elements that you can get that are already in. Like this is a little ducky, and I have one that I played with. Oh, now I can't get this back on the. It flips. There we go. I'm not taking it. I promise. All right. So all the little cool shaker elements. They have numbers. They have robots. They have teacups. They have all the champagne. I just got one of the original ones that was a star, and I love it. I think it's so fun. And you can get the refills for it. So it comes with a die and a few of them in there with the shakers. And then it also comes, you can get refills for all of them. I just think they're so much fun. Let me look at these guys right here. And of course they have all of, like here's the albums again that she was just talking about. My Memory Book, that's awesome. Of course, all of the Tim Holtz products. Here we have all of the scissors and the travel glass media mat and the regular media mat and all of his amazing tools. And Mario's over here hanging out and being in the booth and checking things out.
Taking up time and space.
It's all good, it's all good. It's what we do, right? And then now we are walking over and we are in the Nuvo area. We're going to sneak into what this little demo is over here.
Shimmer within the watercolor pencil. So the shimmer pens come in 5 different colours. We've got the clear, these are the new ones with the rose gold and the copper.
Oh, what are you playing with right now?
So these ones are your shimmer pens.
Oh, shimmer,
so
okay.
These are water based, but you can use them with your watercolor pencils as well,
Okay.
which is absolutely brilliant. So instead of using a water brush, you can add the sparkle, but also the blend with the clear. So if I have a look somewhere in here, this is not my workstation, this is lovely Maria's workstation. But, so this one is the clear. So if I just activate that one, you see how beautiful and shimmer you've got in there. Let's give it a good old shake up.
So how many colors are there?
There is 1, 2, 3, 5.
5 colors.
There's 2 current and 3 brand new colours. Okay. So with the watercolour,
And so these are the watercolor pencils.
they are. So you can blend those absolutely beautifully together to give you your gorgeous blend. You can use them alongside your shimmer pens. So you can come in, add your shimmer pen and use your shimmer pen in exactly the same way. But what you'll end up with is a beautiful shine within your watercolour.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So because it's all water-based, it will all work together. Yeah. But you can do all your different techniques with your shimmer pens as well. So if I turn that one over, let's find that beautiful bronze again. So you can do all your your splats and your bits and pieces, and you can really start to play with them. They are absolutely beautiful to use because of the gorgeous nibs on them. Lovely and fine.
Wow.
Nice brush pen on them.
It is brush pen.
And then of course all of the other amazing Nuvo products that we have sitting here. We've got, what we got? We got dream drops, we got glitter drops, we got crystal drops, we got jewel drops, we got like the glitter,
So this,
we got the expanding mousse, we got the crackle
let's give it a good
mousse.
old- this is a sparkle spray. Okay, so sparkle spray is going to give you the most beautiful. It goes everywhere. So watch your lens.
All right, okay.
Oh, now that is delicious.
So when that dries,
That's gorgeous.
you're going to get that beautiful, beautiful sheen in there. Now, our glitter pens, we do a range of glitter pens, which are absolutely one of the best sellers we do. The ink that's in those is the ink here. Yeah, so you can start to mix them all together. So as soon as that starts to dry, I can't see a heat tool, but I'm going to.
Somebody says, hi, it's Paul from London.
Paul, hello, my darling. That's Paul Morgan. Hello, honey. I know exactly who that is as soon as he says he's from London.
He kept, like, he said it about 4 times, but you were talking and I did not want to interrupt what you were
Hello,
doing.
honey.
And then there was a little bit of a break and he was like, hey, Jody.
Paul is a lovely gentleman. Paul sent me a big bunch of flowers when I was feeling down.
Aww. That's
Love you,
so sweet.
sweeties. So now you can see.
There you go. You got your shout out, Paul.
That's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Do it over your stencils, do it in your background, but because it's water based, you can bring a lot of other stuff in as well.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness, thank you so
All
much
right,
for
no
showing
problem. I'm going to leave you there, and I'm going to let the lovely. Because look,
She's back,
my hands are clean.
No, I do not smell the spray at all. And I am like a foot away from it and I can't smell a thing. Can you guys smell it?
No.
Can you smell it?
Get smell-o-vision.
See you later.
How are your feet today?
They're a little bit better than yesterday. Am I still on camera? Hi guys.
Yes,
I
we're
have
live.
cankles.
Yes.
I have cankles.
I ran into Maria last night at the Stamp Junkies event, and she's sitting there, and like she's starting to put her feet up. I'm like, "What are you, like some sort of princess or something?" But then she showed me her ankles, and I was like, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh."
Oh Jody. Oh Jody. There's spray on everything.
All right, so
I'm
you're gonna show
messy,
me.
but my workstation was pristine when I left.
Yes.
Okay, what do you want to see?
Well, what do you feel like? I don't know. You guys live. We're live. What do you want her to show us? And if not, okay. Yay, catching live. Okay, nobody's. She's cleaning up. So while we're cleaning up, you guys can
Well, I mean,
voice it out.
do you want new products? Do you want
New products.
Okay.
Definitely new
Because
products.
something that's been popular too has been old product, has been how to use gilding flakes, something like that.
Okay. Oh, crackle mousse. Somebody said crackle mousse.
Yeah, you can see crackle mousse, but it takes at least 20 minutes to actually crackle, so you can't see it in effect.
Okay.
But I will show you the products and some samples.
Okay, that'll work.
But I have to.
Shit's everywhere.
She put them right in the wet aquaflow.
And then
I love
she.
you, Jody. If you ever see this back, I love you.
There's another one that says, "What about glacier paste? Is there any new ones?"
5
5 new glacier
new
paste.
ones.
You can see the colors behind her. There's mirror. Oh, those are all the papers that are behind you. So I don't really have the colors of the other bits and bobs. But
I've got those, so I actually have the actual piece, so I can show you guys the actual colors.
oh, cool. You're like me when I'm demoing and stuff. I'm like, it must be.
I just don't spray glitter spray all over all of my other products.
Don't blame you. Blame you at all.
I'm not. Yeah, it's all good. It still works the same. I'm just gonna wipe it so that I don't get it on whatever I show you guys. And
Oh,
have the,
another question is, what's the difference between different types of Nuvo drops? I guess that could be a quick question.
yeah, well, yeah, and if you
Or
want me to
not.
show it, I can show it. No, it is quick. So the crystal ones have either a shiny, metallic, or opalescent finish.
Okay.
The jewel drops are slightly translucent, so they have a color. That's not one. This is one. So they have a color, but once you lay them down, they're slightly translucent. So they dry a little bit lighter than they look in the bottle.
Okay.
You can see a little bit through them. The stone drops have grit in them. So I can show you that. I can show all of them if you guys would like to see them.
Yeah.
So I like to do a drop and then smear it, and it gives some awesome texture. So if you're a mixed media artist, it's really cool to use those like on waves or for sand or just whatever your project might be if it needs a little bit of extra texture.
They're saying yes, please.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's super awesome. I'll show you. I'll show all of them. My absolute favorite drops are the Dream Drops. There are going to be 3 new colors coming out. These ones are opalescent and dreamy, and one of my favorite things about these is that they actually change color on black cardstock, and they kind of get this magical look. So I'll show you guys that too. I'm looking to see if I missed any drops. Glitter drops. And so glitter drops obviously have glitter in them. Vintage drops. Vintage drops are in a different shape bottle, and they dry flat. So you get a matte finish on those.
Okay.
That's all of them.
All right.
Yeah, and also, so the glitter drops versus glitter accents, because people have been asking me this a lot. So the glitter drops are self-leveling, so you're going to get a nice drop out of these. This is more of like a glitter glue. It's not self-leveling. It has like super chunky, gorgeous glitter in it, so you can like feel it as it's squirting out. You feel it. This reminds me of that puff paint, like if you're a child of the 80s and you're like all over your sweatshirt. That's what this reminds me of, but for cards. So
there's like a party happening behind us. Also, it got really, really loud. So I'm sorry. Hopefully, we're getting a decent little.
It's Gary too. His owner of Tonic Studios USA is having a party in the background.
Awesome.
Tell him to settle down. Okay. So do they want to see? Do they want to see a drop demo first, or do they want?
Sure. Let's do a drop demo. Now that you talked about it, let's do a drop demo real fast.
All right, drop demo. So I'm going to start you out with the crystal drops. And this is Caribbean Ocean. So that
Caribbean
comes out.
Ocean.
Caribbean Ocean.
Okay. I'm totally teasing you. I'm totally
from
teasing.
the Caribbean.
You are?
Okay, yeah. Well,
Where?
my mom is. Belize.
Oh.
So that is a crystal drop. And actually, I'll set these up in a line so that if we have to look at that at any point. And then this is another crystal drop, but this one has like a slightly opalescent finish. Or it's almost metallic, actually. That's metallic. Would you call that metallic?
I think so.
Yeah, so that's metallic.
See if I can get this a little closer for you guys. Is that a little better? Oh, it spat at you.
Got a little burp. Yeah, so those are 3 different crystal drops, and you can see that they kind of have a different finish just within that same line of drops. The next kind I want to show you is a jewel drop. And these ones are the ones that are a little bit translucent. And you see the difference in that? I mean, it looks a little bit almost like sea glass.
There, that's a little bit better.
Yeah. So the next one I'm going to show you is a vintage drop, and the color of this is Emerald Isle.
I'm picking all my favorite colors.
Yeah, I'm a blue girl. Are you? Blue, green?
Oh, have you seen my hair?
Purple? Yeah. I see it now. I see it now. All right, and then I'm going to go with a glitter drop. Really pretty. And next we're going to go with the stone drop, and this is a color that's not available yet. It's called Morning Fog. And also, just as far as identification purposes, the stone drops are in a different shape of bottle.
Okay.
So most of the Nuvo drops are in a bottle like this one. The stone drops are all in this shape of bottle. So this is an upcoming color. And so I like to show that you can do a drop, and then I like to show the grit that you can get if you want to use these for, adding texture or adding a little bit of just fun, a little bit of grit to your project.
Definitely. And there's like little shimmery kind of in it.
There's a little bit of shimmer in it, and sometimes when they dry, that color dries back a little bit and the color stays in the grit. It's really cool looking.
Oh, there was a question about how long does it take the drops to dry?
It depends on how thick you put them on. It depends on the climate you're in.
It's not a straightforward answer.
It's not a straight, they'll tell you 24 hours, but it really never, for me, it never takes 24 hours. I mean, it can take 20 minutes, And then my absolute favorite drop, I need a water.
Oh, you can be rude on camera. I don't care. I don't know. Do you guys want people to be rude? We were with Diane yesterday, and she was drawing the bee bombs. She was calling everybody bee bombs.
Thank you, Eliana. Okay, so dream drops are my absolute.
Oh, she said which type of drop was the peachy? We did them in order. That was a crystal drop. So these first 3 are all crystal drops. Okay.
They just have different finishes within that crystal drop range.
Got it.
Okay, so my favorite
Hence
drops.
why she lumped them together. Now I get it. Now
yes.
I'm ding ding ding.
Yep. So dream drops are my favorites. This one is the white one, which is called Cloud 9, and I love these because of their opalescent, dreamy finish.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm a little bit drop challenged, and I used to always get those little Hershey Kiss drops.
Yes.
With these drops,
Cute the white on white though.
I have not ever gotten a bad drop with dream drops. So I want to also show you something cool with the dream drops. I'm just going to grab a piece of black paper.
Thank you, because the white's having a hard time kind of showing up.
Okay,
Black paper
so
to the
if the
rescue.
white's having trouble showing up, then I'm also going to
No, just the white on the white is having a
Yeah,
hard
but I'm
time.
also going to give you just a different color because I want you to be able to see the contrast.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Indigo Eclipse, which is another one of my favorite Dream Drop colors, and they're actually available right now. So this Cloud 9 was the white one, and Indigo Eclipse are both available right now. But what I want you to see, we're going to do the old smear trick again, is how much these change when you apply them to black cardstock.
Ooh, pretty.
Can you see that well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah,
they just
it's
kind
shimmering
of
really
they
well.
just do this whole like magical thing, and you can actually use them with stencils. Or brush them onto products as long as you wash your brush out when you're done.
Right. So it doesn't leave your brushes. I guess you don't want to leave the brushes.
I would brush
right away.
Yeah,
Clean them right
I
away.
would clean them right
Otherwise
away.
it'll get
Yeah,
gummy.
yeah. I usually use it with a palette knife. I prefer the metal palette knives, and it just wipes right off of that. I don't even have to wash it. I just
Right.
take a napkin and wipe it
Or like
off.
the
Yeah.
silicone palette knives or something like that. Yeah.
I use
Easy.
the metal ones,
Metal
but the
ones?
silicone ones, which should work too. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so those are all the drops. Do they have any questions?
Not so far. They're just kind of like going ooh and ah.
Ooh and ah. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, so then the next thing I'll show you guys want to see the glacier paste, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was mentioned.
So I'll just put out some colors.
Yeah, they like the idea of the brushing the drops.
Cool. Yeah, and let me find, I actually have some samples of where I stenciled them earlier. I don't know where it went. At people's clipboards.
Well, I like that it's not just
Anyways.
a one-trick pony where you're making drops. You can do
Yeah.
use it for multiple things, and
Yeah.
we only ever think of ever making little dots, which
Yeah.
are so cool.
Oh, I'm gonna backtrack because I think Jody showed you guys these new shimmer pens, right?
We walked in while she was just doing it, kind of landed on her.
Somebody took all of my shimmer pens. They can die. Okay,
There's
so
another one right there.
nope, it has to be this one.
Oh, okay.
It has to be
Sorry.
this. That's okay.
Oh, it's got stuff on everything.
So this is the opal quartz one, and so when it goes on the white paper, it's so subtle that I'm betting you almost can't see it. But
Can't see a thing.
It's like a yellowy, pinky, and as it dries, you start to see more of that opalescent look. But look on the black cardstock. When you put it on the black cardstock, it goes purple. Is that picking up
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that?
yeah.
So it goes purple on the black.
Look at that.
So I just think with a lot of the Nuvo products, it's really important to try them on black cardstock as well, because sometimes it changes the properties of the product.
Very cool.
So yeah, it's just fun to try that. So, so now we'll move on to these glacier paste. So glacier paste, there are already 6 glacier paste colors, and we will be getting 5 more this year.
Nice.
Do you guys want to see samples, like swatches of all of them? What do you guys want to see?
Just like maybe like show what you like one technique with it, and then maybe
Okay.
a couple of samples.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm just going to do. So I'm going to dry brush it. I don't always go straight into my brush, but since we're just using these products for 2 days and trying to do good, quick reviews, so I'm going to dry brush. So this brush is totally dry. I'm just going to get a little bit of product, and I want to show you how thin you can go and still get just this really gorgeous look. So there's just a hint of pink when you go this thin with it, but you still get all of that beautiful mica. Would it help if I face it to you at all?
Yeah. You move it back and forth. It really hits that. Ooh, ah.
So it's really nice mica. So an example of a card that I've made with this is, I'm going to show you the back first. So this is the color of the cardstock, and on this background here, it was that blue cardstock, and then I dry brushed the silver glacier paste onto there.
Wow.
So I don't know if you can see how
Yeah, when
sparkly
you move it,
it
you
is.
can.
The whole thing just really, really shimmers.
Very pretty.
And it darkened up the background, which is exactly what that bright flower needed. It needed the background to be darker. So
Very cool.
that's how you can use that dry brushing technique. The next thing that you can do, and don't laugh at me because I don't have a palette knife, because there's a shortage over here at Tonic Studios of palette knives. We've sold out of all of them.
Jeez, really?
Because they are really good. So
Credit card.
some lovely person gave me their credit card. It's active to Myers in Australia. So you can use a palette knife and go super thin and just smooth with this, or you can go thick. I'm dropping it. You can go, I need more product.
Always more products.
Always more product.
Somebody
Or
said you can make your own glitter paper with this then.
yeah, well, especially if you did it like this.
Yeah.
And that's almost dry, by the way. Just in terms of live drying time, this is
Yeah.
almost dry.
That's cool.
You know,
Because it is so thin.
It's so thin, yeah. So you can go thick with this, or what I like to do too is just add some texture. So there's a white glacier paste coming out, and this is going to be so awesome for snow in the white. I did it earlier for someone else, and it was so pretty. So those are the, just some really easy ways to do that. You can also use these with stencils. My stencil's filthy, so let's just ignore that.
No big deal.
Yeah. So these look really beautiful through a stencil. You get a nice crisp stenciling.
Yeah.
That didn't bleed at all. It's just really good beautiful
coverage on that.
Yeah. So what I think I'll do for you guys, just so you can get a good idea of what all of the colors look like, is I'll just do a little swatch of each one on this paper for you, and then you'll get an idea. So this pink color is the Frosted Petal.
It's almost peachy.
Yeah, but also, can you see inside of here? Can you see how creamy? It's like almost like whipped. It's just such a neat product to work with because of the texture, and it goes on so thin, but it doesn't lose any of the wow factor when it does go on thin. So, all right. So the next color I'll show you is the darker pink, and this one is called Mamba Melon.
Can you imagine being the person coming up with the color names for all these things?
I think it's Lou. I think she's here.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is the Mambo Melon.
So pretty. It's like a fuchsia-y.
Yeah. It's
pinky,
really pretty.
Really pretty pinky.
So,
melon.
Part of why these products are so cool is because you can use them for card making, but they're so rad for mixed media also, So depending on what you do, they really just have such a versatility. The next color that I'm going to take a look at is the Iron Frost, which is like a dark blue. It's not really
pretty.
like a navy. It's just, sorry, I got a stray hair on this. It's bothering
They're asking
me.
me what kind of paper are you working on, and does it matter?
Okay, so right now I'm working on Craft Perfect Smooth Ultra White, and this paper is such an awesome smooth paper because it has a coating on the top. So those of you who like Bristol, the Bristol Smooth, it's comparable to that, and it also works really fantastic with alcohol markers. Watercolor too, but alcohol markers. It just blends really, really easily. So that's what I'm working on. In terms of, does it matter if I use that with this particular product? No, you could just probably do this on any cardstock. As long as you're not gobbing it on, because it is water-based. So if you put too much, any product or any paper will warp if it's not heavy enough weight, when you put a water-based product on it. So
makes sense.
So, as long as you use a heavy enough weight cardstock. So this is Pineapple Delight, and this has been a lot of people's favorite. It really is just like this light, happy, pretty color.
How much of the paper did you do? Do you have it written down?
Here.
That is gorgeous.
It's really pretty.
It reminds me of like that Dole thing that you get.
Dole pineapple.
Yeah, you know what I mean? A Dole Whip or whatever it is.
Or Dole Whip. Yeah.
That's what it looks like,
doesn't it? Look at, I have like a 5-some of paper.
Are they all stuck
here.
together?
Yeah, they're all taped together. Okay, and so this is that white that I was telling you about that I think would be really great for making snow. So there's just like, you can just see, it's so glimmery.
That's pretty.
There, and when you brush it down, you just get a really subtle look. Super pretty.
And so these are the
glacier pastes.
No, but these are the 5 colors.
So these are the 5 new colors that will be coming out this year, and there are already 6 beautiful colors.
They are gorgeous. Yeah, look at all that yummy goodness in there.
Yeah. So those are beautiful. And then what else do they want to see? Do they want to see Crackle Mousse? Is that what we wanted to look at next?
Yeah, let's show, like, maybe put it on and then like a finished one. That'd be awesome.
Yep. So,
where are they available? Well, Tonic is like sold at all kinds of places. I mean, you guys are in Scrapbook.com. You guys are on Tonic USA. You guys have your own
you can also
sites.
buy from Tonic USA and Tonic UK, both stores. Yep. And even if you're in the USA, just so you know, you can order from the UK, and they have really affordable shipping. I've done it before, and I was shocked both at how low the shipping cost was, and that it arrived at my door in a week, from the UK. I was like, it was faster than some of the shops in the US. So,
of which, if you don't know, Tonic is based out of the UK.
Right, and then they have a USA warehouse and kind of like a brother sister company in California. So
very cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get this. I'll let you look at that while I am digging out.
All right, we're spinning down. Zoom back in again.
I don't know where my big
So this is what it looks like when it's done getting crackled.
I leave for 2 seconds and my samples are all gone.
Down here?
No, I have a big swatch of
I've got 34 packages.
There's this funny looking thing.
that's expanding brush for something else. No, I have like a weird strip of it's like craft cardstock, and it has huge swatches of each of those crackle mousses. And
know.
it's not here.
No bueno.
No bueno. So, Mike. Yeah, sorry.
Sure.
Do you know where my swatch of the crackle mousses is?
Which one?
It's missing. Thank you.
Found it.
Thank you.
Yay.
That's okay. Thanks. Perfect. Okay, good.
So these are all the colors of the crackle mousses and what they look like when they're done. But just take a look how like some of the paper got a little bit warped
That's
because
That's
of
okay.
the type of
That's okay,
product
as long as you
it
guys
is,
don't
which
trip
is
on it.
still,
Okay.
you got to keep careful. I was just talking about the, she's busy. It's okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was showing them like how it's actually worked the paper a little bit.
Okay, so and I will comment on that. So I just got the crackle paste the night before this trade show started. I had never worked with it before. So this is like the backing that like a t-shirt comes in, you know. This is not proper craft paper. This is just what I could find in the rental house that we were in.
Right.
So that's part of why it worked. Then here's the other
So a
reason.
good point to make sure you use the right kind of paper. when you're doing
Exactly.
this, yeah.
And if you're putting it on really thick, you're going to want to use sturdier paper. If you're putting it on thin, it's fine to go ahead and use some regular, heavier weight cardstock. So part of the reason why it is warped is because when I put it on, so do you know that the expanding mousse, you have to actually apply enough product to make it expand? If you put expanding mousse on thin, it won't activate. Like you have to have enough to
For it to do
create
something.
some volume. Yeah. So I didn't know if this product was going to be the same as that. So I felt like I needed to put it on really thick to really thin and see what happened. So when I put this on, I gobbed it on and it was twice as thick as it is now.
Oh, wow.
So just to let you know that when it dries, it considerably shrunk when I had put it on. So I put it on really thick at the top and went as thin as I could at the bottom for all of the colors.
Right.
And what we've learned from this is you're going to need to use a heavier weight cardstock if you are going to put it on thick, because there's a lot of water in the product.
Yep.
And as it dries, it shrinks, and that's how it cracks. So it's going to pull the paper because it has, this product
Right.
is made to stick to the paper, so it cracks and splits as it dries.
Right.
So it's pulling the paper just by the nature of the product. So the thinner that you apply the product, the finer the texture of the crackle is going to be. So if you can look down at the bottom of these, it looks like dragonfly wings.
Yeah.
You get this really gorgeous, like magical, just texture to it. It's almost veined. As you get up towards the top where I really caked it on, it's more like the Sahara Desert. You get these wider, deeper, crustier crackles. So this look could be really, really cool if you're a mixed media artist. That would just be so cool. This is like abalone. It has like a slight opalescence to it.
There was a question, do you need to heat it for it to set or air dry?
You do not want to heat it. You do want to air dry it. And the reason why is this sample right here.
Oh, yeah.
So on the edges, it's crackled, and in the center, it's blistered, and that's because I heated it. And I heated it a little bit too hot. I don't know if I had a heat tool that was a lot weaker. Maybe it would have gone differently, but it blistered and it almost caught fire. So I put this on here to show people, that is a really cool texture from when I heated it, but it was also dangerous. So not recommended. Just wanted to show you guys what happens if you overheat
There's
it.
one other question, and it has to do with like this piece. How easy, actually that's pretty stuck on. That's not coming off.
Yeah. So the other reason why some of these pieces are falling off is because this has been in people's hands since yesterday morning, and they've been doing all kinds of bending, all kinds of things that we would not do to a project that we made. I've watched people picking the pieces off. And
Doing what I just tried to do.
But we would never do that to our own project. You know what I mean?
No.
We would also never be bending it. If I take this and I crack that right now, it's going to obviously damage the finish.
Right.
So this is a sample that has been played with by hundreds of people over
But
the
that's
last.
also good to know that it's holding up pretty darn well.
Right. So you can see right here, somebody pulled the whole top of that off. So you can see that it's been touched. So I do we've lost a piece of the gold. But down here at the bottom where it's really, really thin, where people couldn't pick it off, it's like 100%. So now unless anybody has any more questions, this is what it looks like thin through a stencil.
Ooh,
This
that's
is,
pretty.
you can stencil it. It gets a very nice, crisp stencil look. stencils
And it
really,
still
really
crackles.
well, and it
My camera's
still
not picking up the
crackles.
crackles as well.
If I
but
angle it, does that help you?
There, oh, there it is. Now we can see all the crackles. You can
Yeah.
see it looks like little bumpies all over it. But they're asking, has any of this stuff, like the new colors of the glacier paste, this stuff, is it released yet, or when will it be available?
It's not released yet. Some of it will be. I believe that the crackle mousse is going to be released as an entire release all at once. I think. Don't quote me. But
Okay.
that's just what I think. The glacier paste, I believe, are releasing individually with the different color trends. So you'll be able to see the catalog. I think it's actually already available online. So if you look at the color trends and when they're releasing, if you can find a specific color within that release, that's when it's releasing.
Awesome.
So if you'd like to see me apply the paste, I can do that now.
Sure.
Or
That'll be our last thing, because I got to get going to my demo.
yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. So I will just pick up this blue crackle paste, crackle mousse, not paste. Sorry, it's crackle mousse. And then the first thing that you're going to see is the packaging is different from the other
Let me
mousses.
spin up. I zoomed
Yeah,
in so
sorry,
we could get.
sorry,
No, you're good. You're good. We'll zoom back out a little bit, guys.
So this the packaging that you're used to seeing is these rounder packaging. So both the embellishment and expanding mousses are in these round tubs. They've switched up the packaging for the crackle mousse, so you
Nice.
can see that now it's in an octagonal tub. So it's
Yeah.
going to be really easy to know what you're getting when you go grab the product this time. So that's helpful to know what you're getting. And where's my trusty credit card?
Credit card. The
So it's just, you can apply this very easily with a palette knife or a credit card, and you don't have to go, as you've seen from the demo, from the samples, you don't have to go thick. But if you do, you'll still get
Yeah,
some
they're
cool
really big
texture.
crackles.
Yeah.
They're asking, is there any tips to keeping it from drying out? And I
So I have
use it before you lose it.
Okay, so a couple things. So I haven't had my mousses dry out the way a lot of people have said that theirs do. One thing that I do is when I open them, there's that foil cover on the inside and the top. I open half of it. I don't know if I have another one that's not open. I don't think I do. But I open half of it, I fold it back. I use what I need to use. I fold that foil back and then I close it.
Right.
I also have some friends who use press and seal. So they cut a square of press and seal and then they leave the foil like I do, but then they put just a square of press and seal over it, and then they put their lid back on, and then that press and seal makes it completely airtight.
Airtight.
And
That's
apparently
good.
that helps a lot too. So
Somebody said some people like store them in Ziploc bags or containers.
I don't know if that helps or not. I haven't done it. I've actually had good luck with mine. There is something different about this product. Just as you look at it, I don't know if you can tell that it's creamier.
Yeah, it's
So
very creamy.
yeah, so most
like
of the mousses
face-
are like most of the mousses are pretty stiff. They're very solid products, and this is a lot looser. So just so you guys can know that. Very cool. And it sounds like that might be all you guys
I
have
think
time
that's
for.
all I have time for because I gotta jet off to the other thing. All right, so thank you so much. I'm just gonna kind of walk and show everybody else the rest of the things
Yeah.
in Tonic.
I'll see you
Thank you
guys
so much
later.
for the
Have a-
demo. Everybody loved it.
Good. Have a great one, you
Everybody say
guys.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so just a really quick, you just take a look at all the yumminess. So I'm gonna kind of walk it out. We're gonna do a quick walk by, take a look at all the Nuvo markers. Awesome stuff. Look at the little White Wonderland collection. Wish I could stay longer, guys, but I do have to get back to do my demo. So I also said we were gonna do paper roses super fast. So we're gonna come over here. Here is paper roses. They have metal dies, metal stamps, quickie run through. I have about a 3 minutes here. Can you give me like a 3-minute spiel on paper roses, new stuff?
Hello, Aaron, is it?
Yes, it's Aaron Reed.
This is my wife.
Hi. So we are live on YouTube right now. I've got about 3 minutes before I'm looking at the product right now. Is there anything new that you can tell me about new products that you have going on?
So over here, we've got our new releases for January, February and March. So
Very
the
cool.
next 3 months.
Very, very pretty. Lots of dies and the stamps that go with them, I'm guessing,
Yep,
right?
That's it.
Very cool. So you have stamps, dies, looks like inks,
Yep.
and
stencils
stencils.
and paper packs.
And stencils and paper packs. Very, very pretty. Love it. So cool. Where can they purchase your products? Where? Because I know you guys are based out of here. You guys are based in Australia.
Simon Says Stamps.
Oh, you're at Simon Says Stamps. Fantastic. Very cool. Look at some of these really cool dies. And I love it because some of the dies they have, and I've played with this one down here, that one I've played with numerous times. But some of the dies have like layering systems. So they kind of layer on top of each other when you die cut them out, which I think is just so cool. So anyway, all right, so I'm gonna sign off real fast. Okay, so hey everybody. Okay, so what I'm gonna say is that, okay, I have the demo now, and I do not think Simon, I have tried to get Simon, let me just walk back over to where Simon is. I don't think I have to go demo. 4 minutes. I'm gonna make my way back. But let's do a little walking tour on the way back. Since I'm on and you guys are here, let's go by and see what else we can see on the way, because I haven't walked by these booths yet. So we got bags and tote bags. I hope you go visit the Rabbit Hole. Okay, Rabbit Hole, actually, I sat with him yesterday. This is Rita's booth, Rita Barakat. This is their son. I didn't know you were back this year. It's awesome. Yeah, Rita's teaching. But she's got a whole new line of, what, she's got stuff with Emerald Creek, journals. I gotta grab one of her buttons. I haven't grabbed a button of hers yet. Her button, who's got the button? Yeah, so she's got journals coming out. She's got her Emerald Creek. She's got stamps.
You want to know a little bit about our journal?
I got about 1 minute.
Bestseller. Okay, quick. Pre-stitched, and it's double stitched with paper in between. So any medium you use will not soak through. These papers are 98-pound mixed media paper, which is really good. You have lots of pages, and then also in the two biggest ones, you have a zipper pouch.
Nice.
And all this canvas on here, you can find in her new line.
Very,
We have
very cool.
3 sizes.
That's awesome.
There you
We'll
go.
go
Quick and
wow,
easy.
that was like the 1 minute spiel.
Yes.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Woo! All right, and then next door is Emerald Creek, of which she's got some stuff. Lots of really cool things are in here with Emerald Creek. Cool stuff. Okay, so back to, who was it the other, you were asking me about Rabbit Hole. Yes, 49th and Market was the very, very beginning of this video. So Rabbit Hole, they do not have a booth. So, oh, look, maybe we can get a couple minutes with Simon at the very, very end. So Rabbit Hole is not having a booth. They are here. Actually sat with them at the Stamp Junkies and had a nice little conversation with them, and they are super sweet. Okay, I'm gonna be a little late to my demo because we got Simon. We're gonna catch Simon right now. I said I was coming by, and I'm sorry I'm late.
So I'm gonna go in with Guppy, and I'm going to use this orange on there. I go right underneath this green color. So just making your own background with whatever colors you want really creates an awesome look on your card. Like, look how cool that is. You can do it down the whole background. You can do it vertically like that. So really you have your own option of what you want to create with this and how you want to use it. If you want to stamp just 2 branches in Jet Black Archival and color those in, you totally can. But no more masking, no more having to worry about, you know, masking or taping off different sections of the stamp anymore. So I'm sure you guys will find out many other ways to use this as well. You are all so creative. Everything will be shipping in February, so get your hands on it then, and I cannot wait to see what you guys create. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Totally, I didn't realize you were like totally filming there. I'm like bombing you live on YouTube. I am a dork.
Hey.
I'm just walking up like, hey!
How are you?
Just, I gotta run off because I gotta go do a demo, but just a little quick shout out. Any like
Hey.
1 minute little something that you can tell us about what's going on?
There's a lot going on today. So I did like some stamping with stencils. I added lots of water and stuff like that with the inks together to make those really awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. So sorry. So sorry.
So I added lots of water on here to get that super vibrant color kind of blending together like that. And then instead of just stenciling through that detailed part, adding that water kind of reverses the look, so it's really cool. New washi tape, new stamps. There's a whole board of samples up there and lots of different products kind of shown in use. The peel apart background stamps have been super cool. People are loving those different pieces of the backgrounds you can use together.
Cute. Oh, your stuff is so adorable.
Thanks
I love
so
it.
much.
So sorry to just like land on you and bomb on you. I'm like walking around and being like, hey, I gotta go to my demo. Let's video on my way to my demo.
Awesome. Where are you going?
I'm over at PMA and the Makers Movement and Crafters Edge. So I'm making little shaker elements.
Awesome.
They're pretty cute.
Bye guys, good to see you.
Bye. All right, let's walk it on along. Okay, so you guys talked to me about Stamperia. Yes, I will be coming back, so here's another one. I'm so sorry I couldn't stay there longer, and I don't think he's demoing tomorrow, but we got him in for just a few minutes. So I will be coming back here. Oops, and I'm too big, but yes, here is Stamperia, not quite sure, but we will come and you guys have asked about this numerous times. We will come back and check this out. That's just a quickie booth tour of what is asked. You guys have been asked a lot by my YouTubers, but I'm gonna come back and do a little more in depth on you guys tomorrow. Is that cool? Because we're running out of time because I gotta go demo. But yes, this is like a little quickie, little sneak preview. Wave hi, wave hi. You've been like one of the #1 asks to come here. So I will be here tomorrow. So sorry about that. There's somebody who's my user. I don't know why he likes to come in and do that. All right, Doodlebug. Yes, there's a lot of. Here's Activa. You guys know I love Activa. All right, so I'm gonna walk back over. Hi, everybody. We're live. Woohoo! Wave hi, wave hi. All right, so just really as I'm walking back to my booth, this is the Creativation station. This is the designer section with all the balloons and the really cool stuff. Lots of really cool things. We're walking by Hemptique right now. I mean, instead of me turning off the film, might as well get some in as I'm walking by. So Hemptique, really cool stuff here. All right, Rapid Fuse, we got that. We got Sizer. You guys know I love Expo International. Here's a little bit of Expo International. Lots of amazing trims and beautiful things. Oh, really quickly, as we're walking back, Hedgehog Hollow is right here. Love it. Oh, hey, didn't even see you there. It's my roomie. She's not in my bed, but she.
I'm not going there. No, that just became awkward.
No, it's okay. No, there's 4 of us in the room, and so she's one of my amazing roommates. All right, so here's the amazing Hedgehog Hollow wall. You can get pictures in front of it, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, for photo booth, yes. Text it to you.
Cool. And then obviously they have their subscription box. Is there anything else you can tell me new that's going on?
New? We're about to have our own stamps and stencils launching this year.
Woohoo! That is awesome. Stamps and stencils, and of course they have their card making subscription box,
Yes.
which will still have exclusive designs put in it every month. Correct?
Yep.
All right, I got the spiel right.
Got a bunch of new partners we're going to be working with too.
Yay! That's awesome. All right. Thank you so much. See a little quick run bys. And then there is where I am at next. Hey! Keep seeing people I know. So I am going to sign us off. I'm going to split this around. Thank you so much for stopping by. I got to do a few extra booths, and I thought definitely had an amazing demo with Tonic. If you did not get to go a chance to check out Tonic, at the very beginning of this video, we also did 49th and Market, and then we did a few other booths as we walked by. I'll have to go back and watch that. So quiet. Oh, there's audience. They're kind of sitting down doing make and takes. There's people here, and there is people. There's also classes going on at the same time, so there's a lot of education happening where people are in classes, and right now is kind of a class time that people are at. That's why Rita wasn't in her booth, because she's teaching at the moment. So thank you, everybody. I will be back live tomorrow because I think I'm demoing for the next 3 hours, I believe, here at PMA Makers Movement, and I will check you guys later. Bye, everybody.